listen. Um, I'm getting inboxes about division switch. I see you, Faith. I'm getting inboxes about division switch. I'm getting inboxes about I thought I wanted to do this, but now I want to do that. I'm getting inboxes about I don't know what I should do next. To me, it comes back down to something that a lot of us messed up with, and that is having a plan. I am one of the people who didn't have a plan in the beginning. I'd say it took me about 3 years to devise a plan. 3 years. To be able to devise a plan on what you're going to do in this business is going to be a lot of it is self-awareness. It's it's knowing yourself. It's a lot of things. Because something about trucking will tell you about yourself, bro. It will. Trucking will tell you about yourself. It will put you in the position to where you can't lie to yourself that much more. You can't, dude. You can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to yourself if you're lazy. You can't lie to yourself about if you can stay up a certain time of night. A big one is you can't lie to yourself about your money management in trucking because it's going to show all of that. Oh, did I not shoot your info? That's my fault for you. That's my fault. We gonna get it together. We gonna get it together. Matter of fact, when we end the Patreon live behind the wall, when we're talking, I'll leave y'all on so y'all can rap. That's my fault. He right about that. That's my fault. It does daily business. Um, I don't want people to take this as a judgy thing. I want them to take this as somebody who has made the mistake. This rant, this talk, because lying to yourself in life it ruins your life, dude. It ruins it. That's why when someone talks to me, I ask them real questions. I get right down to the bone, right to the bone, about the road, right to the bone. You're out in the game, you're running, so now you're switching divisions. Or what division should you switch to? Let me tell you why this is. I don't like when people do this because I don't know what you should switch to. You want their $10 to the cash app. I needed to burn some miles to make it home tonight. Thanks, no problem, Jason. And Mabusa, you know what it is. It's one of those things where you know if you're lazy or not. You know if you want to do a bunch of work outside of the truck. Fred the felony, I'm about to block you because you're getting annoying to me. So that's your first warning. And no, I'm not refunding you nothing. Um Just Phil since $4 to the cash app. I appreciate that. Y'all let me get this word out first. Y'all on me right now. Hold on, give me a second. It's one of those situations where put it this way. So let's say you come to me and you say, you come to me and you say something like, "Hey man, I'm thinking to switch divisions. Which the best one to go to? Which one do you think I should go to?" And I know in my mind that flatbed is paying well where you are. So I say, hey man, you should go to flatbed. Right? You should go to flatbed. You go over to flatbed because your neighborhood YouTuber tells you to. Go over to flatbed. You get over there and you find out we're gonna talk about that. Livion Moore, who sent money to the Cash App. That's a good one. But matter of fact, you need to message that to me in the Patreon so I remember that. That's a good conversation. We need to talk about that. You get over there, and the per mile is low what you thought it would be. Oh, it's good money. They give you a fancy, strong truck, right? That's a fact, Todd. They give you a fancy, strong truck. Everything's good. About the third week, that truck in truth is going to come in. Who you are is going to shine through when you got to do this on a day in and a day out. You got a weak ankle meat, and you feel like, oh, well, this flatbed is basically 7 to 8 at night. It's not a bunch of night running, not crazy appointments. The appointments are wide open, they're good, but you're not accounting for the fact you're going to have to lift them tarps up. You're going to have to throw them straps. You're going to have to throw them chains in any weather. See, especially if you OTR, you're going to be telling me OTR. If you OTR year round, flatbed, that's why they call them the last cowboys, dude. That is not a walk in the park, bro. It's not. Now, let's say you go over there and you do make a little more money, because we're speaking about rookies here. Right? You think about rookies here. You go over there and you feel like you've been duped. You don't want to be muddy. You don't want to be musty. You don't want to put lumber tarps on a load and climb all over it in 120 degrees. Danakane. You don't want to do that. Then you look back and say, well, these YouTubers put you in the bad position. No, bro. No, you didn't have a plan and you weren't honest with yourself. What division you go to is a you question, bro. It's a you question. They may pay more over there, but do you want to do that? Do you really want to do that? Well, I do what I got to do to get the money. See, and there you go. That right there. That right there. That sounds good until A, you get used to the money, and B, you're doing it on a day in and day out basis. You're doing it all the time. You're doing it all the time. You're taking it from a 3-4 year flat back and running heavy. At a mega carriers, I did it at Prime. I did it at Melton Truck Lines. I did it at Montgomery Transport. I did it at Jones Motors. I did the regular joint. I did the step deck. I did the low boy. I did heavy haul. I did a wide load, low load, tall load. I did it all. I carry metal, coils, pipes, plastic pipe, metal pipe, composite pipe, ceramic pipe, cinder blocks. I've moved generators, transformers, forklifts, scissor sky lifts, right? Front hose, back hose, side hose. Hose in the winter, hole on the back end of the road. There's holes everywhere. I did. Hey, which is a pain in the butt. Hey, roofing, styrofoam roofing. I've had tarps come off, be pulled off. I've ruined sets of tarps. Had sets of tarps stolen. Deal of business. Telling you what division to go to get you some money at a year's end is not a simple question. In the days of old. Y'all start me off on a story early in the morning. I know y'all trying to burn them out. Let's burn some out. In the morning. I don't know. I'll tell y'all a little story back in the day in the rebirth. Everybody know I went to the plantation of the Englands in the beginning. The West India Trucking Company. The conscious know what I'm talking about. I get down there. I get to Salt Lake City. I run Salt Lake City. You know. I run Salt Lake City. I get my truck from the West India Company. None of the buttons were filled in, cloth seats, no APU, 61 miles an hour. As fast as I can go. That's it. 61 miles an hour. They are my boosters. They out here still in Taurus. 61 miles an hour, fast as I can go. Have you ever ran cross country at 61 miles an hour? It's rough work. It's rough. I mean, the boredom alone, forget about it. This is before the awesome cell phone range. This is before that. This is when you could hardly play a YouTube video if you were in the Badlands. You just went out there. It was just hard time. Like that's it. That's all you had. You listen to music, but that run out. You try to talk to your old lady, but the signal, you couldn't even talk on the phone. These are the things that build up that got me to the point where it was like I'm looking for something else. I go from them to night transportation, and then after that, I'm like, I'm sick of it. About 6-7 months into my trucking career, I call Melton Truck Lines. This is me going from 22 cents a mile up to 37. So I was sold right there. Like, oh, I'm about to be getting money. I thought about to ball. I'm about to ball out. You know, but that didn't sell me. A man came up to me at the truck stop, gave me his recruiter card. See, I'm new to the game. I'm a fresh butt sugar dumpling rookie. I didn't know that these people getting paid for this. He made it seem like I should switch. Let me tell you what he had. He had a T660. A lot of y'all too young in the game don't know nothing about the T660 in the re-education. He had a T660. I hate to admit it, had a 15 Cummins in it. He popped the hood for me. Then I like, man, this is nice. Big red. Popped the hood. It's all shiny. He just had got a wash. It was a good sparkly royal blue truck. And I'm thinking, my eyes are like this. Wow. Yeah, look at it. You can go ahead, man. This is what you get. You go over there. I'm like, I don't got no money for this. And man, they get it to you free. I look at it. I opened. I ain't getting all the way in because I ain't know if he on some fruity tooty woody. You know what I'm saying? So I look in there. I'm like, all right, make sure I know where he at. Open door. I look in there. Wood grain on the dash, ain't it? Sitting sideways. Them boys in a daze. My eyes is like. 10 speed. You know, we push 8 speed down the road, you know. 10, 13 speeds, button leather seats heated. Dashboard, every single button did something. Had the big shined up stainless steel tackle box on the side hanging, so he just had got it clean, so that thing gleaming. I'm getting hyped up. He putting the battery in my back. He's putting the battery in my back. I don't know that at the time you get $500 a person. So he trying to sign 4 people up a month type quota, extra $2,000 a month. Do the math on the rebirth and the re-education. If you got 4 people a month to sign up, you could kick yourself from $65,000-$70,000 to another $24,000. That's how dudes say they making $100,000 at a company and they ain't, that's how they do it. I'm a rookie. I wind up. Ooh, I called an old lady at the time, tell her, hey, I'm about to be the hottest rider on the road. What I do, I take his card, I call in, say his name, hey, woo. Gang, you know what's happening with it, heavy. They like, for real, is you with it? I'm like, I'm with it. Boom, boom, boom. I go to Melton Truck Lines. And he sold me on the APU. That's what got me. The fact that he told me like this truck had central air, and I was like, excuse me. Central air, yeah, APU had a thumb king on that thing, man. He opened the door. We've been sitting there talking for 30 minutes. He said, listen, open the door. It's 62 degrees in that joint. The truck ain't on. I'm sold. I'm ready to go. That's it. I'm ready to go. Put the cheek on the table. Screw it. I'm ready to go. This dude couldn't be, leading me wrong. But he can't tell me what division I should go to. You can't tell somebody that. I get over there, I get down, I go to Mazary, Ohio. That's where I go. I get to the place. I got to drive a old long front to make sure I can shift. I passed that test. They take us out to these 3 trailers that's in the back road. Lined up, rusty trailers with the stuff on there. They teach us basic. This is how you chain a coil. This is how you tarp. This is how you do that. This is how you do that. I'm thinking, this isn't hard. Easy. I put the tarp on it, boom, nailed it. Yeah, I think I'm winning. Go inside. They give me a little test where you pick the thing up and make sure you can pick up 70 pounds going up this step ladder thing. Forget about it. I do that. But you know me, I'm a sweet butt rookie. Teach, shut up. Get me to the truck. Where my truck at, dog? Like, I don't want to hear nothing about this. Well, don't you want to learn how to work? I don't need to learn how to work. The only thing that matters in trucking is the truck. Show me to my blue. Man, Lord Heavenly Father. Y'all don't understand. They got me over to the truck. T660, boy. Boy, I tell you what. My heart filleth thee. My cup runneth over. Keys. I'm going through this joint like, hey, I'm made it. I'm about to be the richest dude on the planet. On the planet. I am the richest person on the planet. Because I got this truck, right? Like, what do I know? Let me tell you about Maybelline, because that's what I named her. Did I name her? Yes, I did. I named her Maybelline. Blue, like a woman's nails. It was blue, but it had, right when you look under there, it had the good flake under there. So it was royal blue with a flake base. So when it shined in it like that sucker sparkled, I called her Maybelline. That sucker was I think mine was at 67 miles an hour. It wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be at 65. But whoever had it, it was at 67. Y'all don't understand how much pride I had. Honestly. I was regal, like, oh my God, I'm winning. Like, you don't get it. I called people in my life and talk crap. Like, you don't get it. I called my brothers. I called my cousins. I called my uncle. I called my daddy. I called everybody. I made it. Like, I made it. I have made it. Till the first load. Let me know if you got time to talk. Married to the Mile. I got gray and dark gray leather. I'm in this thing laid up. Butt naked with my testicles out. pointing the pointing the freaking pointing the Thermo King cold air at my sack. I'm winning. I got it all decked out in the back. He sent me down the road. I go pick this up. I go down there. I'm flying down there. It was on a trailer already. You did. It needed to be tarped. Number one, the shipper threw me for a loop because it was the things they were inside of a building. So this is the thing. This was not in the training. I'm coming from the slave boat of the West India Company. I ain't used to going in a building and things is moving around. Ting, 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 ting. So I'm lost. Go in there, get yelled at. Where's your hard hat? See, that's when I was introduced to the hard hat. Gotta have your hard hat on. Go back, get my hard hat. I'm moving back. God, I get there. He said, you got this one, do this one. You got to chain this up. Woo. They got a card. Tell you how many chains to put on the coil. First load, 38,000 pound coil. Ain't this a bit? It took me 4 or 5 hours to chain and tarp that car, that freaking coil. I knew then I have made a horrible mistake. I have made a horrible mistake. Horrible. What have I done? First of all, I don't know if you ever driven with like a 38,000 or 30,000 pound coil. I'm gonna say it was 30,000, yeah. A 38,000 pound coil, but it is the scariest thing to a rookie to do. Especially a suicide coil. Not eye to the sky. Not shotgun. Suicide. Who knows what a suicide coil is? Who knows what a suicide coil is? I'll wait on it. How many flatbedders I got in the room? Run down and count it. Nope, it has nothing to do with weight. You tell me I ain't got nothing but van runners in here? No, I left and right. Right. You got it. Basically, it's the rolling portion is pointing towards you. That means that when the truck is pointing straight, where it can roll is roll over the truck, and the two holes are pointing left and right, like you said. That's a suicide coil. The fact they named this the suicide coil does not help a sweet bucket rookie get it together. It does not. Bingo. It's a suicide coil. Nathan Frank was completely right. Now, it don't look that big, but when you're a rookie standing from the ground, this thing is intimidating. I put 73 chains on it. Screw it. I'm scared. No, I put every chain I can find. I put on the thing. A chain on it. I scrap around the top, threw the thing on there, threw another scrap on there, put it down. I don't know how to tarp yet, so my tarp just shaking like ankle meat in the wind. I'm scared to hit the brake, bro. I'm scared to hit the brake. I'm scared to go around a corner. They showed me videos of it rolling over. Yeah, you have to. You have to use coil restraints. What are coil restraints? I forget what they call them, but we'll call them coil restraints. It's 2 metal rods and 2 blocks of wood. Okay? It's two metal rods. So imagine two metal rods that have a thing poking up at the end of it, and then you put two small blocks of wood in there, and they set it on that, and that's what's keeping it in place. And plus your chains. Coal racks. I'm sorry. It's been a minute since I've worked in flatbed. I get down there, I do it. It is the worst experience of my life. I'm going 45 mile an hour down the road. Like, I'm scared. I'm on 80 going 40 miles an hour. I'm shook diggity. And this is why when you slam brakes or cut off flatbedders, they get so pissed off, because it's like, dude, you don't know what you're playing with. Don't. That's why they're trying to give you space. Heavenly. Drop that load off. Okay, that's a fluke. You know, all the loads can't be that bad. Go down the counter over there, get some steel pipe. Steel pipe. I let someone else determine what division I should go in. That's why I'm in this situation. I let someone else determine what division I should go in. They stack these steel pipes up about 4 or 5 high. They're about this big around. So they stack them up 1, 2, 3. They put blocks up 1, 2, 3. Put blocks up. So it's I say it's about 4, 5, 6. I say it's 5 feet high. And you're thinking, oh, it's just steel pipe. It ain't nothing to worry about. If you slam on brakes or get in an accident, steel pipes fly through the back of the trailer all the way through you, decapitate you. I thought of none of this before I signed up. None of it. I never thought of my life being in danger from like the freight alone. I just figured they paid more, and dude made it seem like it wasn't hard. I'm tarping in Alabama in August. Dude, I'm dying, bro. Do you understand? Like, I'm literally overheating to the point where I have to stop, go in my freaking truck, sit in the APU, and drink a Gatorade, or I will legit pass out. Tarping in Louisiana on a back road with them huge bugs they got back there. I know King the Trucker's in here, but Louisiana's a terrible state. Well, let's get that out of the way. If you're flatbedding, it's a terrible place to tarp at. It is. Don't let nobody fool you. Oh, Louisiana. It's a LSU. It's a terrible place to be from. It is. It's just it's not even American. Let's get that out of the way. It is a Gulf. It's like being in in a freaking third world country with the bugs. They got bugs, alligators, and snakes down that joint. I had never seen that many animals near, and they always tuck what you got to go get way in the back where they not keeping up the grass. So you walking through tall grass to get to it. Stuff is moving. I'm tripping out. Nah, bruh. I want to go home. That's what I'm thinking. I'm sorry, Francis Diesel. You know I ain't lying. In the middle of August, everything is alive. Dog, I can't do it, bro. And I'm out here, stuff, pop, I'm smacking. The mosquitoes in the backwood of Louisiana should be illegal. Like, I'm letting you know that it's taking me to places that I never thought I'd be. And when you go down here to these cheap flatbed places, they're near the bayous and the old-throughs and thoroughfares and aquifers and everything like that. I'm seeing stuff. I've walked into places and snakes be out there. Like, they even got signs up saying, watch for snakes. No, you got to pull it out. Oh, you got to, look, bro. I've made them pull it out to the center of the yard before I do. I'm not doing that. I don't do snakes. I don't play like that. Do I like crocodile hunter? Does it say crocodile hunter on my face? I load and ride trucks, baby. I'm not a zoologist. No. I want to go home. See, now the Crocs don't make sense, do they? You understand? The Crocs don't make sense. That's why you see the country Louisiana Bama boys. They wearing them boots we laugh at, right? Because we call them Bamas and stupid, but they wearing boots that quarter high boots. Hard leather boots. We out there in running shoes and sneakers. Why they wearing them boots like that? They protecting them ankles and they lower thigh meat. They be protecting all that. That's the name of the game. I see you, Faith. We gonna get you in here if you still can talk. Darnell says boots are thick. I'm out there in Nike Air Maxes. Like, I don't know. King ain't call and tell me I need to have boots on there down the count. I don't know nothing. I'm just out this joint like, the bugs are relentless. I call back Wanda Kozar. If you're at Melton Truck Lines, go up to Wanda Kozar and tell her one of the people who used to run for her back in the days is talking about her on YouTube. Wanda Kozar was my DM at Melton Truck Lines. I'm sure she's still there. Sit me down there with no remorse. I get back in the truck out of Louisiana. I'm wet. I am wet. I'm wet like I went in a pool. First of all, let's think about Florida and Louisiana. Why do I always feel wet? I'm sweating buckets. I'm wet down to my drawers. The jeans is slick. I sweat so much. And I'm pulling freaking tarp and getting it on there and all this other stuff. I'm finally done. I get back in the truck. Help me, Jesus. I'm all messed up. And the question I brung myself to was this. How did I get in this position is what I'm asking. I'm laying in the sleeper with 5 coats of pollen, sweat, and bugs and all that. I'm laying in the sleeper. The APU's on. And I'm looking at the ceiling like, how did I end up here? Darnell's right. Thigh meat week. I'm a rookie at the time. How did I end up here? I could have went to the company that shall not be named and got actually a better rate for running reefer. But I let someone else choose for me. Tell them the truth about Louisiana. Why it's a terrible place to be from. Tell them the truth. You got to shower 2-3 times a day. And you ain't doing that in trucking. After this 6-hour ordeal of slavery and death, I've fought 3 dragons, slayed a woolly mammoth, killed 2 crocodiles and alligators, shot a lion. I did all of that, got inside of the truck. And then I get a call. Why aren't you moving? No, I'm going to go ahead and turn it in for the... No, you got to run. You understand? After all that, you got to run on top of that manual labor. Half of y'all don't want to run and you don't got to do nothing on the back of the truck. You got to run after that. Down the road. I'm like, excuse me? Like, I'm about to go to... No, you're not. You got to at least get $300 off of this thing. No one told me that. And I said, listen to me. I want to go home. Like, I don't want to run now. I thought I was going to lay around. I drove it 10 miles to the truck stop, parked to put myself in the sleep. Ain't this a bitch? Yo, I got to listen. I went over there to the Greasy Spoon at the Petrol. Got me a freaking fried chicken and macaroni and cheese and potato carbohydrate death meal. I had 3 cups of sweet tea, my belly full. Dozed off. I mean, I'm good, man. I'm good. I done had some of that chocolate cake that you know is Stobo, but it good. I done had me a day, bro, because, once you hit petrol after a long day, it's bedtime. Like, there's no reason I should be doing nothing else. No reason I should be doing nothing else. I peel all my body and girth in there. Oh, because I'm asleep on the food. You don't get it. Listen, there's 3 things that makes a good sleep time in a hard trucking job. The Greasy Spoon is what me and a shooter called a restaurant at Petro. The Greasy Spoon meal at Petro. AC on 1,000 with your APU. Rub one out. Oh! And just sink into a coma. I had an evening planned for myself, is what I'm trying to tell you. I was gonna light candles. I was good. They called me. No, you gotta go. Explains the load to me. Yeah, you got to run down the road. You got to be there by 2 o'clock tomorrow. You can't go to sleep now. You'll be late. You got to go. You got at least do 3 hours. And I'm thinking I want to quit. The whole first 3 months of Melton Truck Lines, I wanted to quit. I was about to light candles. That was it. I was going to put on some aromatherapy. You know what I mean? Put nipple tassels on. Click them, flick them. Oh, yes, this is going to be good. I was going to have a ball. Nope. Got to run. And I'm thinking, this is inhumane. You can't treat people like this. I want to go home. But I ran it down the road. Some of the worst sleeper berth times in history was at Melton Truck Lines. I was in there 16, 17 hours in sleeper because I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do this. I don't want to do this. Who fault is that? Yours. But he told, no. You're a man, bro. I'm 26 years old at the time. You grown. You grown. But he told, it don't matter what he told you. You didn't look it up. You got to do the job, Jack. So when y'all come to me, want me to set you to the slaughterhouse and switch your division, I'm reluctant to do it so. I don't want to do that to you. Because you could have, like I did, weak ankle and cortisone meat. You could be weak meated. You don't know. You get over there, you can handle that. My first checks was $400 to $600. I was in the sleep for 15, 16 hours a night. Acting like someone killed me. Like I was, oh God, help me, Jesus, help me, please. I was in that joint. I'm chilling for 6, 7 hours, then I'm sleeping for 11 hours. Like I was doing it on purpose, like I'll show them. No, you can't showing them nothing. You gotta run down the road, you gotta go. Lowe's is late. Me and Wanda arguing, our relationship ain't good today. Our relationship ain't good. Because I let someone else tell me where to go. Side note, I stayed at Melton the longest I ever stayed at a company at the time. The happiest time of my driving career is at Melton Truck Lines. Period. If I was a smart man, I would have went to Melton and just did 20 years. Flat. Did their 401k plan, kept my budgeting correct, and did 20 years flat and would have been able to retire. Oh my God, I remember the Laredo times. Oh, Texas yard. That's the good time. Texas yard, I get there. What I do, I get there, I go to my Mexican food place, because people don't know I have a thing for Mexican food. I go to Mexican food place, get a bunch of Mexican food. I put it in my truck, put it on my passenger seat and everything. Then I ride back to the yard there to inspect the junk. Ooh, it's now it's what it's doing is fermenting. It's fermenting the whole cab. I pull around, drop the Lord, and I go sit by the front at the Texas yard Melton over there. See, I was hitting the double whammy fat boy situation because I knew the roach coach came in the morning, and I go in there and get me 2 big things of that limeade. She got limonada in there that Consuela would bring me, and I'd go in there and I get me street tacos, and I get me a double beef burrito. That's the morning time, but it ain't morning yet. I eat my Mexican food to the point where I'm just like, and then I'd sit back. I put my shade up because you know them T660s didn't come with no shade on. I put the shade up there. You know what I'm saying? See, he know it. B Money know it. He know what I'm talking about. I put the shade up there. I can go in there, take a shower, do my laundry, do what I want to do. See, this before I knew anything about renting a car, going anywhere. I just did hard time. So if I got stuck down there, I'd sit there for 38 hours. Like, I wouldn't move. I wouldn't go nowhere. So then I eat that stuff. I sit around, talk to my honey dip on the phone. Hey, girl, you know, I'm thinking about you. I love you, baby. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Boom, lay around in my own juices. Fat boy juices, farting, and it's great. I would go to sleep, and I wake up to Consuela serving. Double whammy. Double whammy. And to me, as a dude who's never been all over the country himself, as a dude, I'm living the dream at this point. I'm only, 38 cents a mile, 37 cents a mile? I go out there, get the Consuela joint, go take a monumental poop or whatever you got to do. Because remember, I ate that Mexican food, then I put Consuela food on top of it in the morning. Yo, do you understand? I'm still working that off now. Because back then I couldn't be stopped. I was only 220 pounds. Good stuff. Then I'd be sluggish for the rest of the day. And if I was real good at it, I would detach my truck. I'd bobtail it to the CC. This is oh my God, I'm about to go through some stuff. Back then, the movies was open. I would pull, if I had a whole day to sit there down there, I would find the swankiest movie I could find. One that served food, chicken strips, nuggets, nachos. I pulled a hot boy whip up there because you can wash it down the spot. You can get it sprayed off. So my stuff is flawless right now. I pull up to the spot, glasses on, my yellow reflector shirt, and my basketball shorts and my Crocs, because I ain't working today. And I go inside, man, watch 2 movies, and I'm just in there just living the dream. Knew nothing about leasing, knew nothing about owner-operated, knew nothing about nothing. I was happy. I was content. Why you say all that, TB? Because you should do what's good for you. There was no reason I couldn't have just worked at Melton for 20 years flat and retire. Half these lease and owner ops retire with no money anyway. What's the difference? What's the difference? At 1,000,000 miles, they'd have gave me a jigaboo truck. I could have painted any color I want. I could have got it dirty red and put my name on there. They even got a sunroof in it. When you hit 1,000,000 miles, I could have stayed there. Then at the 5-6 month mark, something happened. I got good. Tarping was 20 minutes, literally. How'd you do it, TB? I tell you, pull in. There's your load. Boom. They drop my stuff on there. Boom. I go through the joint. Throw my scraps. I crisscross my scraps. So I skip them. Scrap, skip a scrap, scrap, skip a scrap, scrap, skip a scrap, scrap. Go on the other side. Scrap, 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 scrap. Go on the other side. Fold it in, pull, tuck, pull it in, pull, tuck, fold it in, pull, tuck, pull it in. But do that shit all the way around. Boom. Pull it in, pull, tuck. Then go back around. Take my tarps. Put my tarps on top. Put one on the front. Throw one over it if it's low enough. Throw one over it. Go to the back. Throw one on the back. Boom. Start from the back. Boom. Lay it down. Why are you starting from the back? Because you want it to overlap like this, so the wind can go over it. Don't pull your tarp up. Throw that on there. So I'll put it on there. Unfold it. It rolls out straight. I'll open it one side. Open the other side. Go to the next one. Lap it over. Roll on this side. Roll on that side. Go to the next one. Roll on this side. On that one. Go to the next one. Get off. I would get all my bungees and just hang them. I wouldn't pull them first. Hang a bungee. Hang a bungee. Hang a bungee. All the way around it. Hang a bungee all the way around it. Then I do my folding. Boom. Fold my front end. My front end, I will fold it to where the flaps went under the front flap so the wind can go around it. Boom. Fold that in. I take a scrap here, take a scrap there, squeeze it together, closes that, bring it back down. I'll pull those down diagonally like this. Boom. Then go through, yank, pull, yank, pull, yank, pull, yank, pull, yank, pull, yank, pull, yank, pull. Go all the way around. The two seams, I would throw a 2-inch scrap with the crank joint on there. I would throw that over those so it don't come up, and I make sure it's real tight, real tight. Boom. I'm down the road. $20-30 minutes. 20-30 minutes. I'm down the road. So now I'm getting more loads. Then when I ran into Herm and learned about the 10 hours in the sleeper, I was getting $13, $14, $1,500 checks in Melton. Why I ain't stay there? Discovered I like country music. Heard my song on there. Couple guys on the block from New York to Los Angeles who want to live down there in the middle of nowhere. They never drove through Indiana. Yeah. I'm in that joint just jamming. I'm in Oklahoma. Yes. I was living the dream. Y'all don't hear me. Maybe I shouldn't have went, least. Right? What should I do? How can I tell you what you should do? How you know where you at ain't the happiest you ever gonna be in this field? But everybody see what you are is impressionable. You're impressionable. Hands down, the happiest time in my trucking career. Hands down. Oh, it was beautiful. So freaking beautiful, man. I didn't know crap about the business side. You know what? I ain't want to know. Only if I knew better. If I knew better, I'd do better. But people still come up and say, "Where should I go? What division should?" Bro, you got to answer that question for yourself, man. Cause all you gonna do is get out here, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, man, go here," and you gonna end up with your thigh meat in a sling. That's all that's gonna happen. I don't know what you want. How can you ask me that? I don't know what you want. All I want is money, but it ain't that simple. We're going to talk about how to pick a division. We're going to talk about that. How to pick a division. You need to pick a division that you don't mind doing for the next 10 years, and it's not going to be the worst thing in your life for you. But the money, that's a factor, but it ain't the only factor. A lot of y'all are trying to pick companies and divisions just based on the pay only. If you do that, they got you. Faith,
Yeah, what's up?
what's going on, Sugar Lounge? What's going on down now? You running?
Uh,
Hmm?
oh, can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Where you at? You must have a bad signal.
It's iffy.
You gotta go in there and sign that contract on the cell phone. Stop trying to do the prepaid way, Faith. You gotta pay the money.
You know I do not do no prepaid.
Get rid of that cricket.
You know I'm making all the money now.
You, you making all the money now. Let me tell you, you don't win lease. Mm. Look like it, Faith. Don't look like it from your signal, darling.
What's good, man?
I don't think they hear me, just feel.
Hey, you know how that goes, man.
Cheek meat in a sling.
Man, I I have made so many mistakes switching divisions in my career.
Why did you switch them?
Listening to the wrong people instead of doing what was best for me.
What divisions did you go to?
Well, originally coming out of school, I started in tanks. I wanted to go flatbed, but at the time the company,
Hello?
but the division that was being offered out of my school for flatbed, because that's what I wanted to do. At the time, you had to be 25 to work for them, and I
Mm.
was fresh 21, like just turned 21. So I ended up getting my hazmat and going to a tank company. Let me tell you, the first mistake I made off rip was not knowing where I wanted to go before I went to truck school.
Mm.
So, mind you, I didn't pass my test. I didn't did the whole deal. I didn't learn how to back up all this stuff. I learned how to maneuver. Like I'm ready to be trained at this point. But I'm in the wind because I have no plan of where I'm gonna go. It's 3 days before we supposed to test out, and I have no idea where I'm going.
Mm.
So I end up going to this backwood Alabama company, uh, hauling chemicals, doing hazmat.
Hauling
Now,
chemicals
in
doing
a lot of
hazmat.
ways, yeah, in a lot of ways, it was a good experience, but in a lot of ways, I made it harder on myself than it needed to be.
Mm.
Like my trainer, phenomenal guy, best. I couldn't ask for a better trainer. He was an old school guy. He was around my grandfather's age, and man, he taught me how to put that thing down the road. And to the best of his ability, he tried to teach me how to run a clock, but it's different when you're by yourself and there's nobody to correct you. There's no training wheels anymore.
You get bad. You get bad. You get bad
So
habits.
yeah, like I was on a regional account, I could have very well easily been home pretty frequently, but because I was so bad at running, it was harder for me to get back.
Who would you blame that on? The company?
So I would oh yeah, definitely. I was 100% blaming my DMs. I was like, man, my DMs are terrible. They don't listen to me. I ain't making no money. Yada yada yada. Whoop de woo. And the problem was, not only did I not, know how to run the clock to where operate on stuff like recap and stuff like that. But I was making a bad habit of staying in the sleeper too long. Like taking the load out because it was a dedicated account. Taking the load out, I would somewhat stay on 10. Sometimes I'd run over, it'd be like 11 and a half, 12 hours taking the load out. But coming back, I take my sweet time. I get empty, or sometimes I'd be taking the empty out and coming back to the terminal to drop it off at our customer. And I'm coming back, taking my sweet time. I'm cruising. I'm shutting down at 9, 8, 9 hours. I'm sleeping in the sleeper till I decide to wake up 14, 15 hours in the sleeper. I'm talking
Mm.
about wake up daylight waiting on me. I'm talking about the sun is up. I'm looking
Yeah, that's
crazy.
a
I'm talking about lunch
knockout.
shift about to roll in. Because I had a sweet APU. I had a 2016 Mac twin bunk sleeper Thermo King APU that hum real nice. Like
It got a
leather
crispy in
seats.
there.
Yeah, 12 speed automatic. That thing, I had a thing set on 62 and boy, we get frosty.
Yeah, that's what people don't like. You need a cover. Like I've woken up nights and cut it off.
Yeah, like I'm up all night because I already was a night person anyway, so I'm up all night talking to my wife on the phone, FaceTiming, just BS and whatever.
Cupcaking.
And oh yeah, I was bad about it in them days, boy. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see you, and yeah, I'm out here, and yada yada, and whoop de woo,
Oh,
and oh yeah, I'm about to make all this money, and yada yada yada, and
I'm
it
gonna
was
buy
terrible.
you a Benz, baby.
Right. Like meanwhile, I'm out here running butt naked, not knowing how to do macros at 32 cents a mile on a dedicated account. All the while hitting every possible food spot I can, wasting my
Mm,
14, wasting my 70, having to
wasting your
reset
money.
every weekend. Yeah.
What was you eating at?
On top of that, oh man, everywhere. Iron Skillet, Mom and Pops, Cajun Spot, because I ran through
Mm,
Louisiana a lot. So I'm hitting every Cajun exit I see
high
from
sodium.
doggone Shreveport all the way across. Yes.
Double cheese on the side.
Like man,
Jesus.
it was yes. Extra
That's a
sausage,
mess.
extra sauce, the
Did you
large boudin, like it was man.
did you ever think when you woke up at 9:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, you looked around in the you feel bad when the whole parking lot is empty. And you was like,
See, that's the whole thing about it. I didn't care. Coming like when I was on my return trips, I wake up like, oh, everybody's gone. Cool. Let's go in the truck stop and buy all the snacks, and then we gonna get on down the street.
so you spent another 35 minutes to go in the truck stop, pick your favorite snacks, and then you got down the
Easily,
road. Dang, Phil.
easily.
So didn't you see the videos I was pushing about 10 hours in a sleeper?
No, see, that was the thing. I was just now starting to learn about you, and I kept catching your rant videos, and I was like, I don't like him. He mean. So I went over to the other side and was trying to get information from them boys, and this was the Zello days, and I messed around and got in
Ooh.
one of them good old boy group chats and got tore up from end to end, and it made me feel bad about myself. So I stopped listening to everybody and just was doing my own thing.
You got towed up. What did they say?
Oh yeah, I was because I right before I went to the trucking school, I hopped on there because I had seen it because I think this was right when y'all had started YTTA, and like I said, I came across this other trucking group that was on Zello, and I was telling them what I want to do. I was like, yeah, I want to, I got my CDL, I got my hazmat, and I want to be local.
Yo.
And boy, I'm talking about these were some old head vets that had a good 30, 20, 30 years in the game. I'm talking about this was mostly owner operators, and boy, they cooked me from end to end. And they were like, well, "Where are you from?" I'm in Florida, and boy, oh man, they had a ball with that.
Yeah, what you gonna haul? Orange juice and machine guns? Like,
Right? They were like, "You are not going home if you are coming out of Florida. You can
dang
forget that."
man. And you took offense to it.
But I was so I did. I was extremely offended. And I was so stubborn. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna prove them wrong. I'm gonna find me a way to be at home. So 3 months after BSing at the company I was at, which ironically, because just in general that really wasn't a good company. My trainer quit a week before I did, and he had been there for 20 years. So that's how you know it was a bad situation.
It
But
was going downhill.
um, I quit there. I quit there and went straight to Coke.
Oh God, Phil, bro.
Actually, I take that back. Before I went to Coke, I worked for a plumbing company, Roto-Rooter,
Dude, so how you go from the plumbing
driving the
company
septic
over?
truck.
So you was sucking septic tanks out.
Yes, sir. Digging them up too.
What did that smell like? Jesus Christ.
Oh man, it.
How much were you
There's no
getting
way to
paid first?
describe that stank. That's a stank. That's just is.
How much were they
Oh
paying you?
man. Mind you, I come from a small town where you ain't making nothing about nothing. I was getting paid $14 an hour to drive a 48-foot tanker truck, digging up septic tanks and vacuuming them out, and servicing the restaurant grease traps.
That should be illegal. That ain't no way you got a CDLs and you hauling that type of equipment and you getting $14, bro.
Yep. But when you don't know no better, that's what you get. So what ended up
Gosh.
happening is I came to discover that I had back problems due to sclerosis, which I didn't know I had at the time, but I found out after I hurt myself one day, and then I finally went to a therapist down the street from the office, and I started going to physical therapy and all that. So I tried to tough it out with that job. I only stayed there about 6 months, but what made me quit is I messed around and I was working at these people's house, and they had their septic tank buried next to a pool. So it was buried lower than what would normally be buried. And I messed around and trying to open the lid to the septic tank, I fell in ankle
You
deep.
fell into a septic tank.
Yep, fell in the septic tank. And I quit a week later. I was like, you know what? I'm done. So I went from
So
there
you hold on. You
to the
literally was in deep
yeah.
shit. Like you.
Oh yeah, literally, quite literally.
Come on, Phil. So when you went from there and you thought it was a good idea to go where after that?
I thought it was a good idea to go to Coca-Cola because that's originally what I wanted to do coming out of school. I wanted to go straight to Coke because I wanted to be at home. But they were like, no, you got to get some experience, and when you do, you can come back. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll go get some experience, whatever, whatever, and I'll come back. And that's and what I ended up doing. So I mess around and get over here to Coke, and boy, if that ain't a slave ship.
What makes it a slave ship?
Oh my God. So again, I'm making about let's see. What was the way they did it? So basically, the way that at this time, which I'm sure they've had to change it now for legal reasons, but at the time, they had a system set up where basically you were on a locked salary of 40 hours at, I believe, $15 an hour. And then instead of getting paid time and a half, you get paid half time.
So it went down.
Yes.
How does it go
You
down?
yes. You work over 40 hours, your pay goes down.
How do you sell that to people?
Well, the way they sell it to you is they made it sound like you didn't have to actually work overtime. But in reality, because of the demand of the account that they have, because they were servicing that section of Florida and part of Alabama, you had no choice but to work 50, 60 hours a week.
Jeez.
So I started off initially on the convenience store side of their account, where I'm going to all the Tom Thumbs, the Shell stations, the Citgos, whatever you want to call it, and I'm servicing the coolers, which that's something a lot of people don't know about. Yeah, the Coke man, he don't just drop it off. He has to service the cooler.
So you're like one, two, three, like putting them in.
Yeah, I'm slinging product to the shelf. On top of having to unload it by hand with a dolly from the truck. And
My gosh,
we
bro.
talking about a 40-foot van packed top to bottom with Coke product. And you got to hit 10, 15 stores in a day before your 14 is up.
Yo,
So my back gave out from that, got sick of that mess. I was getting ready to quit, and because I was naive in the game and impressionable and didn't really have a lot of adult life experience, they convinced me that switching to the grocery store division would be better because I wouldn't have to sling product. I just needed to bring it to the store. What
was
they
it?
failed to make known was that the store receivers are the worst people on the planet ever. Like these are terrible human beings. That's why they put them in the back room. And I had to endure getting cussed out every day for about a year for no good reason, just because I was a Coke man. Because not only would you have to unload on their grocery dock and have to battle between Pepsi and their refrigerated freight and all their other freight coming in through this dock because they only got two docks, you have to unload their product for their store, count it all out by hand, and then make sure the invoice is accurate for billing them. And if you screw up, you're getting cussed out.
Phil, when did you start just sucking it up and being like, I'm about to watch this dude, even though I don't like him? When did it start making sense what I was saying and start soaking in?
Probably about the time, probably about the time I moved to Texas, which is also the same time when I started listening to Dean too. So yeah, when I moved to Texas, that's when everything started clicking for me and I got good. That's why JB Hunt still be calling me to this day because I when I finally got tight and figured out how to really run, that's when things started changing. The money went up
But
significantly
why wouldn't you just listen to me in the first place about running tight? Though I was talking about running tight the whole time.
because because I didn't have any callous in my adult experiences. The way you were delivering it was too much for me. I couldn't handle it.
Mario
Like I
says
wasn't
Phil
used to dealing with.
Phil was a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. You know.
So what video did you see of mine where I was like, "Yo," and you was like, "Okay, this is making sense. This is making
Um.
sense."
Well, I kind of bounced back and forth between you and low, but I think. Well, when did it really start making sense for me? Um. I think I think it was probably when you got ready to get rid of Dirty Red.
Mm.
Which, like I said, that was the time when around that time I think is when Dean was coming on pretty regular,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when it started really, like I said, things started clicking for me, and I started understanding business and really pulling back the layers of the trucking industry, and understanding freight and understanding how accounts work and how to build relationships with the DM and stuff like that, and
Wow, bro. Like I mean, Phil, I knew you hit a couple of walls, man, but jeez, bro.
oh, you mean, man, I was out here crash dummy left and right.
Trying to get home to that sweet Sacagawea. Mm-mm-mm.
Yep, just to get home and run the streets. That's all I wanted to do.
Gosh,
Just
Phil,
to go
man.
back and tell everybody I'm the man. That's all I wanted to
That's all
do.
you wanted to do. I said, hey, man, I'm the man. I got a CDL.
Because in school, I wasn't popular at all. I was picked on a lot. I was teased a lot in school, so I had a lot of self-esteem issues. But as I became an adult, I started becoming more popular because I started working out, got rid of my glasses, so things were
Had a little
changing.
money in your pocket.
Right, had a couple dollars, you know what I'm saying? Didn't have a bunch of kids running around, so I was a hot commodity.
He was out here slanging and banging, dog. I was like, bro, come on, man. Like, Phil, I mean, he said sleeping at the shipper was the one for me, according to Nathan Frank. I mean, I guess what I try to tell
I
people
was
the most.
terrified of sleeping at the shipper
Why?
because the shippers I was dealing with were paper mills in the backwoods of Alabama with no lights anywhere. So I was shook.
Yeah, that could be kind of sketchy. You hoping you can blend into the blend into the scenery where you just become part of the ambiance, but it doesn't always work. And so I
Right.
remember I slept at the shipper in Chicago a few times, downtown
Hmm.
Chicago, and bad areas, and kids walking and playing on the truck and stuff, not thinking nobody's in it. Because I don't really think kids think people are in the truck. They think it. They look at a.
Yeah.
They can't determine between a day cab truck and an OTR truck. They just think it's a truck. So they're like dancing on it and
Right.
talking and
Yeah.
superly aggressive. I just sat there like I ain't say nothing. I'm quiet. Like, jeez,
Right. Like, mm-mm.
man. And then the chick I was talking to at the time was like, "Hey man, tell them to get off your truck." I'm not gonna tell these little retarded bastards nothing. Get me killed out here, bro. Nah,
Right.
I'm good. But I mean, I remember, the advice thing, which is why I really like when people come to me and know what they want to do, and they kind of just ask me a few things about about some stuff. But when it's like, oh, tell me my whole career, like tell me what I should do, it's like I don't like to do that because it's like I don't know what you're made out of. So I can't come to you and say, "Hey, man,
Yeah. I mean, you
you're
really
you're
can't.
21, you're young, go do flatbed, stay out 3 months at a time." Like you probably can't do that.
No. I mean, like even now. I mean, for multiple reasons, but right now the way my setup is, I do 21 days and go to the house.
So you out now? You out
Yeah.
on the road right
Hmm.
now? I mean, it's one of them things,
Yep.
Phil.
I'm
You
in
live
Nebraska
some,
right now.
you win some, you lose some. But it's like, man, you have a sad starting trucking story. Like, Phil, it's like it just gets worse after worse, bro. It's like, God, bro, you gotta do better than that. Going through it.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
like I said, the whole thing was it was instead of doing what was best for me, I was too busy trying to listen to other people and please other people. If I had
bingo.
done what I should have done, which was stay out for a year, I could have wrote my own ticket and been
But
good. I could have found a
why
situation
did?
where I could be at the house. You know what I'm saying? I can make decent money and be content and comfortable.
Yeah, and another thing too, you're being out because sometimes you have to move to find that job. Like if you get to Texas, there's a lot of sustainable local jobs you probably could get, but
And
if
that's
you
yeah.
in the wrong place, you're not gonna get that.
Oh yeah.
So why you ain't take your old
Yeah,
lady
no,
with
that's
you?
that was like I said, that's a big reason why I left Florida. Like I was not gonna get it down there.
Why didn't you take your old lady with you?
Oh, well at the time we weren't living in the same state.
Ugh. Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. That's true. But hey, what can you do, man? I mean, I had an old lady at the time, and she just wouldn't come. She was like, "Nah, I ain't about that life." Like, I'm like, you ain't even been on the truck. I can look at what you're doing and tell her I don't want to do that. I'm like, oh, all right. So I was out here,
Right.
and then I did a few years super single, if you know what I mean. Had a ball that way, and then it was like, my thing was it was the free range vagina. I just wasn't about to be doing a bunch of that. I'm not about to just be jumping from state to state with unpasteurized milk on the table. I'm good. Nah, I go ahead on and do what I got to do and get to where I need to get to. Like that's rule number one. But I'm happy you made it through, man. Now you're doing good. You done bought a truck, a couple Benzes and everything. You winning now.
I ain't got no business, but
I'm
I am in a better spot than I ever have been. Like I'm next week I'm gonna make the biggest check I've ever made in my whole career.
Mm, that's crazy. Listen, Phil done turned it around, y'all. Phil done turned it around. They don't look, man. They don't be knowing, bro. I tried to get Low in here, but I guess he's busy. He's busy today. I tried to get Mo bought a truck, so I want him to come in and give us a talk about that. What he got with the truck, but I guess he's everybody's big busy and everything like that. They always hit me when the live is off. I don't know why people do that. Hey man, I'm ready, dude. I'm at the
Mm-hmm.
gym, man. Like I was up here for a period of time, and just hit me on the. I guess just they would just have to hit me on the Patreon. Let me pay some bills.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the app? No, I don't have an app. Oakley. Um, I'm gonna give him some more time to come in here, but he's just gonna have to speak behind the Patreon wall. Uh, Here's the Patreon link for everybody to sign up to right there. Hit that link, sign up, support real channels. Here we go. Married to the Miles.
BZ, what's happening?
I'm trying to see what you pushing, bro. Turn the camera
Huh?
on, bro. I'm trying to see what
Uh,
you pushing.
I'm not in my truck right now, bro.
You in the truck, right?
Nah, man. I got, I
So
got, I
what?
got a few things got to be squared away. Got to get Qualcomm's installed, and still got to get back to Virginia to do the whole title thing.
Mm.
So I got some home time
If I
coming up anyway. So we about to go ahead.
if I can ask, are you putting that truck at the situation you're at now?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you made that transition so quickly.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
Flip
yeah.
Money Grip.
Absolutely, bro. Initially that was planned from the beginning. Only reason I
Ah.
did any aspect of the company because it was a time limit, or at least I was being told that there was an unknown window of time that the opportunity would be
Mm-hmm.
available. And I didn't want to make an impulsive purchase. I didn't want to just be buying sight unseen because you buy trucks all over the country.
Yeah.
There's a lot of availability, things that you can see online, but if you can't go kick a tire, get a few things checked here, there, I didn't feel too comfortable with making a purchase like that. So I figured, when opportunity came that I could do the company thing to buy myself some time, and I got it, agreed that once my transition happened and I actually did locate and find me a truck and get something that I can make that transition. So it was all preliminary,
That was a
you
smart
know what I
play.
mean? So I got the approval. So I lasted what 3 weeks. I can't do the company
Mm.
thing, man. It's
Yeah,
it ain't I ain't with it, bro.
that was a quick turnaround. I'm like, wow.
So
Yeah,
now
well
you
that's
only
why
gonna run on I-20, I-10.
if I can
Highest
help
you
it,
gonna go is 40. You ain't gonna never see the northern part.
if I can help it. Well, at
Man,
least until I say October, November, then I drop it down to the south.
so man, go on take that truck to the Badlands, break it in.
I just might, you know. I don't have no problem running through the summer anyway. I deal with the good months anywhere. I ain't tripping off that.
Right,
But
right. That's
my
true. That's
plan my
true.
plan is to run Bizzles to the Wizzles for the rest of the
Hey
year.
man,
And when the winter come, I teeter off and fall back.
yeah, you don't want to run that thing all the way out. Now you gotta get be easy on it. Be easy.
Oh yeah, no, I can dig it. I'm gonna do what I can do. I know it's fully my responsibility, so I'll baby it as much as I can.
Yeah,
You
that
know what I
means
mean?
when you go home, you have to cut back on that spending.
Hey
No
man,
more Tesla Toros. None of that. It's over.
I see. Well, that's what I'm saying. See, I went to the TD Loshan YTTA School of Trucking.
Yes,
I've been
sir.
teaming for 5 years, bro. I don't own a car right now as we speak.
Mm.
I don't pay car insurance. I just got a residence that I share with my daughters and my mother-in-law. So we pay a portion of that, but that ain't even 2 years yet. So I don't have bills. I never bought the charger. I didn't go by the range.
You get
I
the
didn't
Hemi.
go about it. No, I didn't do none of that, bro. So even when I was with Swift and wasn't making the biggest bankroll, my expenses were minute to none. So
So you didn't get
when I say
the
we
you did.
live in the truck, bro, I lived in my truck for over 3 years. I did what you told me to do.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
that means you was a homeless bum.
I was, but I looked good doing it, didn't I?
Hey, listen, you did your thing, man. You ain't get the COVID-19 Gucci mask. You didn't do that.
Nah, dog. I steal them joints out of truck stops when they leave them on the counter. Or I steal them out of customers when they have them out there. I ain't bought a mask
Man,
yet, dog.
resourceful.
You ain't lying, like, bro. You out here
Well, that's what I
pocketing
tell people,
mask.
dog. That's why I've always given you your flowers, bro. Because I followed the blueprint, what you told me how I should do it from the beginning. It's been working, so I had no reason to waver.
Hey
You know what
man,
I mean?
listen, I'm glad that you done. Congratulations. I wanted to
Appreciate
see.
it,
I was
bro.
trying to be nosy so I could hate on it, but you ain't have it on. I want to see. Get y'all in the truck, so I'll just wait on that. Other than that, man, I'm proud of you doing your thing, man. You big flip money grip. Let me hold about 3,000. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got
Cause
it.
you getting money now.
You good for it, bro. You good for it.
Yeah, I don't need 3 racks. You know what I'm saying? So I can go down there and do something. But no, man, I'm happy for you. You did your thing. You stuck the course. You did everything you were supposed to do. You handled your business. You made sure your thigh meat won't weak the whole time. You got strong. You did what you
That's
were
right.
supposed to do.
That's right. And shout out, big up to the wife, man. You know, my wife been in this ground with me for a minute, dog, with no real complaints. Never gave me any real. I'm gonna say real issues. You know, what I mean, a woman's gonna be a woman. So I dealt with what I had to deal with, but for the most part, she been a soldier with me, bro. So
What
I
what
I, I
kind of
can't
what
I
kind
can't
of
negate her. She
put her
back
on the
there on the
phone?
phone. She back there on the
She on
phone.
the
Hold
phone?
on. Come here for a second. She was on the phone call, but hold on for a second. It's worth talking to you, dog. Take this minute, baby.
Peace.
Connie, I guess there's some type of congratulations involved because I guess you drove a little bit.
You know what? Thank you. Thank you. I'll take that. Yeah, I drove a little miles, a couple.
You drove a little mile. So, do you like the new truck, Connie?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's spacious. Uh, I like KWs.
Yeah. Okay, I just want congratulations, y'all doing y'all thing. So y'all got another 15 years on the road, right?
I don't know about 15 years. So you playing? Don't even
What?
put that. Don't even put
I'm
that.
confused. What happened? 15 years on the road. What's wrong with that?
Uh-uh.
That'll make it
No.
20.
What? No. No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
No.
well, all
I'm
right
hoping this
then.
get us off the road.
I didn't know you wanted to get off the road, Connie.
See you playing.
I'm asking simple questions. Why I got to be playing?
I already
Put put
know
put
what to be on the road
put put put,
forever.
put Mo back on the phone. Can you put Mo back on the phone, please?
All right.
Yes, sir.
Mo, she shaky, dog. She shaky. Bring her
Hey, well,
on.
I give her that. Like I said, our initial plan was 10 years. She agreed to it, so we halfway through.
I
Now
tried to
this
get her
next,
to extend it. She wasn't going for it, bro.
uh, if this next 5 years can go according to plan, it will be extended, my brother.
It was.
I, now I might have to go get her a super sleeper now. I might have to get her a super sleeper now. You know what I mean? I may have to bend a little bit and let her take a
Mm-hmm.
shower and use the toilet and cook a
Yeah.
meal or two on a real stove. But
Right.
if it goes according to plan, bro, I may extend it, but I may have to
Now that's
I may
that's
may have to make a
interesting.
real purchase.
You're not talking about getting another truck. A fleet is not for you.
No, and I
No.
say that because I'm already a team. I already have the ability to run two clocks. So that's kind of like having two trucks without the expense of two trucks. Now I may run the crap out of one,
Right.
but I can do twice in a day what a solo driver can do. So I kind of got a fleet. It's just only two people and four
Yeah,
eyeballs
but
and
that's where all the glamour
20,
comes
20.
from. Once you get the fleet, you glamorized up, dog. You the man.
Nah,
Nah,
I'm cool on that.
after
The
after you
only
come
thing
out here again, I've come to realize I don't want that either.
it's more so the headache for me, TB. I can't. I don't want the midnight phone call that this or that happened, and I got to step in and fix something. You know, we raised 5 children together, bro. I ain't with all that no more. I'm scared of those phone calls now from the 5 children we already got. I don't need nobody else. I don't need no other children. I don't need nobody else to be worried about and concerned about what they're doing from day to day. I ain't with it.
Mm. Hey
Not
man,
when
listen.
I can control what I can control right now. I can't deal with no other man or woman and their issues too. Mm-mm.
Hey, listen.
I'm
At least
good.
you know yourself, and you're not doing it just because it's popular.
No, heck no. I mean, it's money to be made in it. I get it. You know, I know it's you can get a little bit off the top of each truck. So if you increase the number of trucks you got, you can bring home a good bag. But I can
Is
do
it
that
worth the
anyway.
stress?
Not for this, not.
Hey, listen, man. I feel like you're
Yeah, I
killing it,
just don't
man. Do your
trust people,
thing.
honestly.
Do your
That's a
thing.
fact,
Don't do
bro.
drugs. Be happy.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna go and let you out the game, man. Listen, bro. I dropped some new stuff on the Patreon because I do have a new experimental channel. Me and Phil been playing around with some stuff. You see, I went 4K, Phil, didn't I?
This okay right here. I'm looking at.
No, not that. No, I can't do 4K through
I was about to
StreamYard.
say. I was about to say because I'm not impressed, bro.
Of course, you wouldn't be impressed because you're a hater. Listen, Phil, did you catch my last drive cam video?
Did I?
Phil,
Yes, I
Oh, okay.
enjoyed it. I did.
the Hoover joint. I did a Hoover joint.
No, why haven't I seen
Yeah,
this, bro? What's
yeah,
going on here?
I
some
dro- I
great
dropped
scenery.
I dropped it in the Patreon, so I know you've seen it, Married to the Miles. Come on now.
No, you know,
Yeah, I
I
gotta
was
turn your
Patreon.
Patreon notifications on,
You
man.
did. I was original Patreon. You did some switching up, and I must have got kicked out because I don't even know if is the money still going to your account, bro. Because I ain't seeing nothing. I need to check my bank. I need to call the bank, bro. I think you still get me for about
Bro,
$10 a month, bro.
I've been dropping the link. There's a reason why I had to switch the other one. I had to
I
start a new
remember.
one. There was a reason I had to do that. But
Like
I mean, you know,
I didn't. I didn't go back. I didn't go back and renew. I guess I probably
I
didn't.
know. Look, bro, I get it. You ain't gotta explain that. I already know how to go. Listen, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying yeah. I'm just saying I already know how to go. I dropped these joints in there. It's an experimental thing that I'm doing. I'm going a different direction. It's really for the people who signed up to my Patreon to learn how to do YouTube. So I'm doing another thing that's a little bit different. It's all about the clarity, and it's gonna get ridiculous.
So you
I'm
shooting with a
also gonna
cannon? You shooting with a cannon? Okay.
no. A lot of this stuff is done with a GoPro, bro. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Interesting.
some drive cam stuff. So it's about to turn off. I also have a few announcements that I'm gonna do next live. I just got to make sure things go through. People, I got to go to the gym. I got to, man. I'm
What you down to
down.
right now, bro? What you down to?
I'm about to hit 260
Okay.
pretty soon. So I'm in the lower 70s. When I first started, I was at 180. I was at 289, 286, something like that. So I'm down. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm looking sexy. Like I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like I'm looking hot. I'm getting it
Well, I
together.
did notice. I noticed a difference in your look. I did notice the other day when me and you hooked up and did the video. I did notice a difference in you, bro. I can see it. Keep it up.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know,
I'm doing. I'm up to 71 minutes on the elliptical at resistance 5. That doesn't sound like much to people. And
Nah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
that's a lot
it's
because I know how many Waffle House waffles and stuff you used to eat. So I already know if you're doing anything on a consistent basis, bro, it's gonna pay off.
yo, so I'm gonna go and do it again today. Get it in. The way I feel after I get out of the workout is monumental. And I said when I got out of the truck, I would have to do at least a year or two rehab, and that's really what I'm doing. You know, before I decide on a permanent situation, I have to get my health. I'm trying to get down to at least 220.
Mm,
220.
So you
So
trying to
I'm
get
in
my
the
size?
70s.
that's my size too.
Yeah,
Too
I'm
bad.
trying to get
Too
down.
bad you. Too bad you can't fix your face.
Listen, my face at 300 had biddies in the inbox. So what you think is gonna be at
Yeah.
220?
Hey, Diddy's
So
is
we gonna
never
call it what it
mind.
is.
Never mind, bro.
You know,
My
bitches in
man.
the inbox. All I want to do is to tell y'all people, thanks for calling in, Married to the Mouse. Don't do drugs, be happy. You ain't
Peace,
part of the
bro.
Patreon, so bang.
I'll let you feel.
I'm trying to do better. I do post in the Patreon. I post every time I do how much of the gym I do to keep accountability, and I'm hoping that it motivates people who are in there to do so as well. I'm hoping it helps them and gets them to health. Like I say, health is wealth. So I'm hoping it does that in the Patreon for them. I'm also posting my health journey vlogs in there only. There's nowhere else you can see it. That's Survivors Guild is probably gonna be a new regime video, Trucker T. That's really not something I talk about on here. It borderlines and hood conversation. But I want to have the conversation. But we gonna get it. Me and Law attack that joint eventually. This is where you sign up, people. I got food. Let me find out. Vegan.
Hey.
You see what I'm saying? So I got that going on with a hummus base. No, I got water. I'm fine with water. I got that going on. So that's basically what's going on Patreon. There's other content other than this. I know people think, oh, it's just gonna be this. No. Phil can attest to. I post stuff. I try to post in there almost every day. But I post the workouts. I post.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said before. If you want to know about the real TB, then that's where you go.
That's where I can go. I can speak frankly. I can talk directly to the people. So sign up for it. It's right there, people. Phil, I thank you for calling in, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Did you get King stuff?
No. Text it to me, please.
Hold on. Let me see if I can. Because I don't even know if King got an iPhone because he's cheap. Let me see. There you go. Let me hit this button. This button right here. Let's go to this button. Bong. Let's go over this button. Another Patreon connection. Hit Just Feel. Hit that button. Go here. And bong. Like I said, I'm gonna quit now. Let's see, and we are grateful. No problem. Thank you so much. Don't do drugs. I gotta get this health thing down, y'all. I gotta get down to 220. So I gotta be stern with myself and do the work. I love y'all to death. Don't do drugs. I'm out.